Hi everybody, welcome back. My name is Vasil and I'm restoring this 1974 Columbia 45.
This here is the boat, currently sitting in the Coronado Bay.
Guys, in this episode, we're going to talk logistics. What do I mean by logistics? The things that go into making this project happen for me. And as much as anything, I love the feedback to see what you guys will advise me, because one thing I found is that you guys have been awesome, and I got a lot of really good comments that have taught me a lot about boating and projects, and you guys have left comments on stuff that I've missed, which is awesome because some of them have to do with safety. So I'll kind of explain what the logistics are for me in this project and see if you guys can help me out. First, let's get into what this project was for me in the first place. One, this was supposed to be a liveaboard boat that I lived aboard and fixed while that was happening. And so far, it's been about 5 months and I have not moved on here full time. That is very discerning to me. I'm very sad about that. There have been a couple weeks where I stayed on this boat as much as 4 to 5 days a week. Most of the time I'm on here between 2 to 4 days a week. However, the last 3 months, it has been pandemonium in Southern California. It has not stopped raining. Today is awesome. It's finally sunny. There is no rain, although there is rain in the forecast next week. However, that rain has caused pandemonium all throughout San Diego and the rest of California. So it was very difficult to get on this boat and get something done while that was happening. Let's talk my job. So I work 6 days a week. That is Monday through Saturday. So for this job, I have to pick whether I'm going to land base or whether I'm going here. My preference is to come here. However, as many of you guys have seen, this boat has a couple of issues. The primary issue with this boat being the fact that it lacks a bathroom. So when I get up in the morning, there's a lot of times I just got to take a shit and I got to get off this boat. So originally, I had got a electric toilet to replace the toilet that is in the forward head. And after some dubious thinking, I am now changing my plan because I plan to relocate that bathroom and I don't want to do the work twice. What's my solution to this problem? Well, I found out they make camping toilets. So camping toilet is just a toilet that you put some water in and then pump it up and flush it. So it's very similar to what the toilets on this boat were originally, but it just goes into a 5-gallon holding tank. That toilet should last me approximately, I'm gonna say 2 to 3 weeks, and that's good. I'll deal with that. So I think I'm gonna jump on Amazon tomorrow and order one of those, and that will solve problem number one, is the ability to take a shit on this boat. That's problem number one solved, hopefully tomorrow. If you guys have any suggestions for me about the toilet, I'll take all the comments you guys can get. The only thing is, please hold that thought on 5-gallon buckets. I'm not shitting in a bucket. Please and thank you. No, I don't want to do that. So anything outside of a 5-gallon bucket, if you guys have any suggestions that's different than a 5-gallon toilet or a camping toilet, sorry, again, we're rocking today. Please leave them in the comments down below. I will graciously accept any information you guys have that I do not. The second largest issue I have is power. So from what you guys have seen, I do have some power on board. That is in the form of two 12-volt batteries. One is a standard marine battery. The other one is something to be used in conjunction with solar panels. So there is power coming in from a 120 or 125 watt single solar panel. I do have another one on board that I just haven't hooked up. However, for full-time living on the boat, I don't think that's enough. So I have to solve the power issue as well. My batteries at the moment, so that's the large battery, and that's the standard marine battery hooked up to the solar controller. We are showing a lot of voltage because it's finally sunny outside, and they are running off of that single solar panel, which is currently my door holder. As far as power, what I'm thinking is a generator. So I looked around Amazon today. There is a Westinghouse generator that is 2200 peak watts. That is plenty for everything that I need on board. 1, to charge my batteries, 2, to charge my cell phone, 3, provide any lighting solutions, and 4, to charge those batteries in case we are shady and that solar panel is not enough, and also obviously to run a lot of the auxiliary electronics like my laptop so I can edit these videos for you guys. So I think I'm gonna go with that generator. Again, if you guys have any suggestions for me as far as power generation, I don't 100% want to go 100% solar right now, simply because, again, this boat is going to get remodeled. So in order to put up solar panels, I need to build a structure for the solar panels, and then once I start remodeling, it then needs to be taken off again. So I really want to avoid the double work conundrum that is prevalent with this boat. So I think a generator will solve those issues. That's my thinking. Again, I'm reaching out to you guys to see what you guys think. So please comment in the comment section down below and tell me what your thoughts are on power generation. There's obviously a lot of other problems on this boat, but the three major ones I had are bathroom, power, and then security. So this boat, some of you may know, was broken into. It was vandalized prior to me taking ownership of it. So obviously, San Diego has been a relatively safe place. I have not had any problems since I have been here. But knowing that previously this boat was vandalized, I do need to secure this boat. So security is my third concern, because right now the doors don't lock. So I just come up, I push the latch over, and I walk in the boat. So I do have tools on board. I do have certain things that I care about a lot, and again, my tools are expensive. So they've been on the boat, and I've lost some sleep over that, because it is concerning that somebody can just get on the boat and open up the hatch, come in, and take anything they want. So I need to secure this boat. That is probably the easiest fix of the major ones. I bought some hardware today that I'm going to take care of that right now. I'm going to go and put a lock on the front hatch, and then that way, anytime I show up, I got a key, I can unlock the boat and then get in. This is what I got. It's a latch that operates in the standard position or in a 90-degree angle. So this should work. You will not be able to unscrew any of the latches without having it unlocked. So I think this will work for the latch. I also got some locks. I got 4 because my dinghy lock broke. Well, this just happened. I had to cut this off because, as you can see, my key broke inside. And that's, I guess it's gonna happen over time when the lock sits in the sand. So this had to be cut off with my cutoff tool. Yay. I tried to make an episode for you guys last week. I know I missed that episode, so I do apologize for that. But my lock malfunctioned. It got sand in it, and I broke my key. So here's some new locks. They all share the same key, which will help, because I'll have one for the boat, one for the dinghy, one for my gym bag, and one that I can use as a spare lock. On a side note, this is awesome. So about 2 episodes ago, when I installed the depth finder in this boat, my orbital sander had stopped working. This was an easy fix. I just went to Home Depot with the original box and the tool, and they did an easy exchange. So thank you, Home Depot, for being awesome with customer service. I now have a brand new orbital sander. I'm hoping this one will last far longer than the previous one did. Those are the major issues. Now let's talk about the minor issues. So one is commute. My commute is brutal. This boat is about an hour driving from where I currently live. So that's just driving. I drive a Tesla right now, which is driving me crazy, because I can't charge where I live. So I am 100% dependent on superchargers. So every time I get here, I need to spend another 30 minutes charging the car. That sucks. That's like an hour and a half that I could be using more productively. So the Tesla right now is going to be on the chopping block. I'm going to sell the Tesla. I bought a motorcycle, so that's going to be my primary means of transportation. And once the Tesla is out of my life, I would look for a different car. But I want to get rid of the commute. And the commute here is, again, driving for an hour, and then charging for half an hour. And then I do have to walk from the car, which is a 5-minute walk, to the beach to unlock my dinghy. As of the last couple weeks, I also have to empty the water out of the dinghy because it's been full with all the rain. Then put on my my rowing gear and row out here, which takes about another 10 minutes. So if we take total commute time, approaching almost 2 hours. So very, very frustrating. So what I need to do is, if I'm going to move on here full time, I need to get more efficient at my dinghy. Basically how I operate the dinghy and my commute from the car to the beach, and then from the beach to this boat. My dinghy right now is just floating in the water. There's my oars. There's my electric motor, which I brought today because I'm sick and tired of having all this stuff on here, which was supposed to be taken off the boat with my maiden voyage, and I'm having engine issues, so this is on here now. So I really just want to take this stuff out, and I brought that electric motor so I don't have to row the trash out to the beach. But here's what I'm thinking, guys. I either need to upgrade this dinghy, or get a different dinghy. That's my thought. I need to get faster with my commute, so I'm not sure if I should invest any more money into this dinghy or go a different route. Guys, if you have any suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. Again, I'm looking for any advice that you guys have. My reasons for wanting to upgrade the dinghy are basically because rowing is fun, yes. However, when I move on here full time, that is 6 days a week that I have to leave the boat and come back. That is a lot of time that is spent rowing, and I've actually got in trouble here before. Yeah, that turned into a clusterfuck pretty quickly. So I'm now over here by these rocks. The boat is way over there, and the current is so strong today that I wasn't making any forward progress. So I just decided to ride out the current, and the current's basically going this way. Directly into these rocks. So I kind of just rode out until I crashed into these rocks, and now I'm in waist high water. I ended up crash landing into some rocks, so that could be an issue, especially if I have appointments that I need to be at in the morning. I can't take the risk of being subjected to whatever the bay wants to do with me that day, so I need to figure something out with my dinghy. So off the bat, first thing I need is some sort of propulsion device. So in the beginning, when I started out with this dinghy, I was using that electric motor and a marine battery. So I had to haul the marine battery from the car with the motor, strap it up to the dinghy, and then be on my way to the boat. To charge the battery, I had to take it home, put it on the charger, and then bring it back every time. When I move on this boat full time, obviously the battery will have to be charged on board. That I can figure out. I'm also thinking about, one, putting dinghy wheels on the back of either this dinghy or whatever dinghy I decide to go with. And that is because this time of year, Coronado experiences very high tides. So there's some days where I show up and the dinghy is about 20 foot from the water. And then there's other days where I show up and I'm looking at a 50-yard hike through the mud. This tide is like monstrously low today. All the way up in the weeds. Usually you can get to the beach like within 15-20 feet. Now I'm like 40-50 yards from the beach. This is gonna suck. To drag the dinghy along with all of its contents through the mud, which gets to be pretty tiring because you sink quite heavily into the mud. Sometimes you sink as much as 8 to 10 inches into the mud, and again, that is an issue when I have to be somewhere and I have timelines to uphold. So I think dinghy wheels will help remedy that situation. Dinghy wheels are basically wheels that you put on the back of the dinghy that unfold and allow the dinghy to be towed essentially on top of the wheels, so you are not carrying the full load of the dinghy every single time. Another option is obviously to get a outboard motor, a gasoline powered one. That is an option. At first I was kind of hesitant. I thought that motors would get stolen and dinghies would get stolen, so my dinghy is constantly locked up. However, after seeing what's going on here and other locations that this mooring company owns, I have full confidence that nothing will get stolen so long as you have it locked up. So I am comfortable now with locking either that electric motor or a gas propulsion motor to the dinghy, and then along with dinghy wheels, it will make it pretty easy to tow that amount of weight to the water. So guys, let me know what you guys think, if a gas motor makes sense or if I should continue to use that electric motor. I'm really up in the air about both. This is more about efficiency. I want to be as efficient as possible if I'm going to do this 6 to 7 days a week, twice a day. So let me know what you guys think. Move location so I can get out of the sun. Here's what else I'm thinking. So my strategy, I think, has been flawed. So my original plan, as some of you know, was to take apart as much of the boat as I can and then keep it on here and take my maiden voyage and get everything out in bulk. Problem being, I miscalculated almost every single step, and all the plans that I had made as far as time basically have not happened. So I'm getting more and more frustrated with my timelines because I think something's going to happen in a certain period of time and then it doesn't, and then I get frustrated. So I think what I need to do is, again, just bite the bullet, handle the problems that I have, move on this boat full time, and then when I'm on here full time, it will give me anywhere from 3 to 4 hours every single day that I can work on this boat instead of having to go back to homeland and worry about this boat. I'd much rather just come here and then spend, like I said, 3 to 4 hours per day working on this boat. So what I thought originally, I think is just not correct thinking in my opinion, because having that engine issue, I have to pull a starter, pull a solenoid. Hopefully that fixes it, but still there's a lot of other work that I need to do before I take my maiden voyage. That's the conclusion I came to. I was just hoping I was going to get it done sooner, and it's not happening. So one of the things that needs to be done is, you guys had commented, I'm missing a chain link on that rudder. That needs to be fixed. So I need to, again, go back and clean the chain on the rudder and put another locking link on that mechanism, so that when I go out it's safe. And there's a lot of other systems that I need to check. So instead of worrying about that, I'm just going to put my focus on moving on the boat, and that way I'll have all the time that I need to solve all of those small issues as they come. This stuff, all the stuff that I've taken out, is driving me insane. I don't like clutter, and I am very cluttered. It's been like this for a couple weeks, again with the rain and my inability to get on this boat. I need to get this stuff off the boat. I need to clean up. This is too much. So this is what I'm going to do now. I'm going to take apart as much of this stuff as I can, and put on my dinghy, get my electric motor, and start hauling. I'm going to go to the beach and get a couple loads in until the trash cans are full, and hopefully be clean. That's basically this episode in a nutshell, guys. I'm asking for help. Any input that you guys have, please leave it in the comment sections down below. I will gladly listen to all of the advice, which so far has been absolutely phenomenal. You guys are fantastic, so thank you so much. And also, if you guys could, please drop some likes on this video. It helps it out. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.